Now if a number is less than 1, if a number is less than 1, then now logarithm of number less than 1. Now if the number is less than 1, then the method of finding the log is a bit different. The method of finding the characteristic is a bit different. For example, if we take a number, first let me write this technique of finding the characteristic. Now if a number is less than 1, if the number is less than 1, then characteristic will be negative. Okay, this is the first thing you will remember, and the second thing is that it will be one more than the number of zeros between the decimal point and the first non-zero digit to the right of the decimal point. Okay, for example, suppose you have the number 0.00356. Let us be the first example, and now suppose you have the number 146 as a third example. Let me take a number 0.14. Now first of all, if a number is less than 0, like this number is also less than 0, less than 1, and this number is also less than 1, and 0.14 it is also less than 1. If the number is less than 1, then the characteristic is always a negative number. Okay, you are always going to put a negative sign. In all these cases the characteristic will be negative because all these numbers are less than 1. Okay, the next thing you are going to count is you are going to count the number of zeros between the decimal point and the first non-zero digit to the right of decimal point. Okay, this is the first non-zero digit to the right of decimal point. You are going to count the number of zeros between them. Okay, 1, 2. So if the number of zeros are 2, the characteristic will be 3. Okay, you are going to add, if there are two zeros, you are going to put 3 over here. You are going to add one number and put it over here. Okay, and it will always be a negative. There will always be a negative sign with it. Now suppose we have the number 0.0146 here. The decimal point is here, and the first non-zero digit is 1. The zeros between these two, between the decimal point and the digit is 1. Okay, so the characteristic will be, as there is 1 zero, so you are going to put 2 over here. Okay, if there were 3 zeros, then we put 4 over here. We just add one number to that and add also a negative sign to that. Now over here the decimal point is here, and the non-zero digit is exactly after the decimal point. So as there are no zeros in between them, so it means that the characteristic will be negative, and there are zero number of zeros between them. So the characteristic will be 0 plus 1, 1, because the number of zeros in between them is 0. You don't have any zero between these two numbers, so the characteristic will be 1, because it is always 1 more than the zeros you see here. Okay, so this is how we find the characteristic of a number which is less than 1. Now we find the log of a number which is less than 1. Okay, the only difference is that of the characteristic. The method will be the same as that we did for the number which was greater than 1. Okay, the table, the way of seeing the table will be almost the same. For example, question number 1 and part 3. The number that have given they have given to us is 0.00032. Now first of all, you will find the characteristic of this number. Okay, now as the decimal point is here and the first non-zero digit is here, the number of zeros are 3, so it will be 1, 2, 3, and the characteristic will be 3 plus 1, 4, and we are going to put a negative sign because the number is less than 1. Whenever as the number is less than 1, the characteristic is always a negative number. Okay, do remember that. It will always be a negative number. And you are going to count the number of zeros, 1, 2, 3. If there are 3 zeros, put 4 here. If there are 4 zeros, put 5 here. Okay, this is the procedure. Now finding the mantissa of the number. For this we will look at the table. First of all, we are going to just ignore the zeros and the decimal point. Okay, you have to find the first two non-zero digits. Look for them in the first column, just as we did for the numbers which were greater than 1. So find 32 over here, 32 over here. Now as we don't have any third digit, so what you are going to do, you are going to look in the zeros, okay, in the zero column. If you don't have any third digit written over here, it means you will make use of this column, the zero column. Okay, so you are going to go down till you find the row in which 32 lies. If you can see, this is 32, okay, and this is zero column. So the mantissa, from the table, the value will be 5051. Okay, so from here you are going to go down till 32, and then as we don't have any third or fourth digit, that's why we are going to go to the zero column and find the number which is 5051. Okay, we are going to go vertically downward, and here we are going to go horizontally. The intersection of these two will give you the number. As we don't have any third or fourth digit, therefore we won't go for the mean difference column. Okay, we won't go there. The mantissa will be just this number. So 0.5051. So the log of this number will be log of 0.00032. This is going to be -4 plus 0.5051. Okay, now when the characteristic is negative, we don't dissolve it. Okay, we don't add these numbers. We are just going to write it as 5 and 4. We are going to write a negative sign over here, and then we are going to write this number. Okay, when the characteristic is negative, we never add them. This is because we need this characteristic to find the anti-logarithm. Therefore we usually don't dissolve it, we don't add it, we just write it like this. Okay, so this is how we find the log of 0.0032, a number which is less than 1. Now next is we find out how to find anti-logarithms by using table. Now what are anti-logarithms? Now suppose that the log of a number is given to you and you want to find the number back. Okay, you are given the number. Anti-logarithm, suppose that you are given log x. Okay, suppose log x is equal to some number n, then antilog will be the x. Okay, the finding the value of x whose log is given to you. So this is antilog is actually the reverse procedure of log. Okay, it is a reverse procedure, therefore antilog cancels out the log and x is equal to the antilog of n. So what's the basic definition of antilogarithm is that if you are given the log of some number, then finding the number whose log is given to you will be the antilog. Here x is the antilog because its log is given to you as n. So taking the antilog of this number will give you the x. Okay, so in antilog what we actually do, we are given the log and we want to find the number whose log is given to us. It is just the reverse procedure of log. In logarithms we had the number and we used to find log of that number. In antilog, the number was given, okay, in logarithms, and we had to find the log. Now in antilog, the log of x is given. Okay, it will be given to us, log of the numbers will be given to us, and we will have to find it, the number, okay, the number will be missing. Okay, so we will find the number by finding the antilog of the given number. Okay, if log x is given to us, it's equal to some n, then finding the empty log of n will give us back our number. Okay, this is the reverse procedure of log. For example, let us do question number 3, part 1 and 2. Now question number 3, part 1, you have to find the empty log of these number. Okay, the first part is 3.5621. Now we are going to find out how to find the empty log of this number by using tables. First of all, in empty log, what we do is, the method is almost the same, but we have these tables of empty logarithms. Now, these are the tables of empty logarithms. Okay, in this, what we do is, we find the decimal point first and then take the 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay, whenever we are given the log of some number, the first number which is written on the left hand side of the decimal point, this gives us the characteristic. Okay, as I have already told you that we do not dissolve the characteristic while finding the logs, because we need it in empty logs. Okay, so for the first digit which will be written in the question, to the left of the decimal point will be the characteristic. Okay, this will be the characteristic. Now leave this number. Okay, and now you are going to look for these 2 digits in the table. Okay, after the decimal point, the first 2 digits that you see after the decimal point, you are going to look it in the first column. For example, over here in the first column 0.56 is on the next page. Yes. Now moving down, 0.50, 0.51, 52, 53, 54, 56. Okay, so this is the number. Finding this number 0.56. Okay, now then find, similarly just as we did in logarithm, the third digit will be seen from here. Now find the column 2. If here 2 is written, then you will come down through the column 2. If a 3 is written over here, you will come down through the column 3. Now if you come down vertically, then come down till you find 0.56. Okay, now 0.56, and here you find the column 2, the intersection of this line and this line. It will give you the number. First you are going to move vertically downwards till you find 0.56, then 1, 0, 1, 2. You will move down here, and the intersection of these 2 lines will give you the number. Now the number which is written over here is, let me see, it is 3648. 3648. Okay, this is the number. Now you are going to similarly, and then now look, we have looked for the third digit. Now the fourth digit is 1. You are going to look for 1 in the mean difference column. Okay, in this column. Okay, now 0.56 is here, moving here till you find the column 2. This is 3648, and then you are going to move forward till you find the column with the heading 1. It is written 1 over here. So I am going to add these 2 numbers, 3648 plus 1, 9436. Now how to find the empty log? Okay, this is the log, and you have to find the empty log. The characteristics was 3, and the number that we have found from the log table is 3649. Now what you are going to do, if the characteristic is positive, okay, what you are going to do, you are going to move the decimal point from here. Okay, you are going to start from here, movement from here, and if it is written 3 over here, you are going to move 4 steps. Okay, if it is written 5 over here, it means you are going to move 6 steps. Because if you remember, in logarithm we had done that if the decimal, if the digits before the decimal point were 5, then the characteristic was 4. If the digits were 4, then the characteristic was 3. If the characteristic is 3 of the number, then it means that the decimal point must be after 4 digits. So you are going to start from here. Okay, if the characteristic is 3, you are going to shift 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always one more than this characteristic. Okay, C plus 1. The movement will be C plus 1 steps. Okay, towards the right. Okay, now this will be the log, the antilog of the number. Okay, so our answer will be 3649. Okay, now let us move to a number if the characteristic is negative. How do you do that? Now first let me give an example. Suppose you have the number 2 point. Let me write it from your book. Suppose the number is written like this. Okay, so here the characteristic is negative 2 because the number which is written before the decimal point will always indicate the characteristic while we are finding the anti-logarithm. So the characteristic is negative 2, it is a negative characteristic. Okay, the method will be a bit different. The way of looking the table will remain the same. What you are going to do, you are going to find 0.74 from this column and then you are going to move vertically downwards in this column because it's 2 over here. Then coming to the mean difference column, you are going to move vertically down from the column whose heading is written as 7. Okay, so first of all what we are going to do, we are going to find 0.74. okay, 0.74. Now going down in the first column you will see that 0.74 is here. Okay, this is 0.74. now move towards the right till you find the column which has the heading 2. Okay, this is the column which has a heading 2 and 0.74 is here. So moving down 0.7, moving towards the right, this is the 0 column, this is the 1 column and this is the 2 column. So the number written over here is 5521. 5521. Now we have moved in this direction. First we moved in this direction to 0.74, then we moved in this direction till we come to the column 2 because 2 is written over here. We have to find the column with this heading. Okay, then now we will move forward and find the column on which 7 is written. From there we are going to find this number which is, if you look at the table, it is 0.74 and the number is 9. Okay, the number written over here is 9. You can see it from the table. So the number will be 5521 plus 9 which is 0, 3. We are going to add these two numbers. Okay, so this will together give you the number. Now as characteristic is negative 2. Now remember that if the characteristic is negative, okay, then you are going to insert zeros between decimal, between the first non-zero digit and a decimal point. Okay, what you are going to do, if the characteristic is negative 2, then you are going to write 1 0. Okay, if it is 2, you are going to write 1 0. If it is 3, you are going to write 2 zeros like this. Okay, but here we have 2, so you are going to write just 1 0 and then put a decimal sign after that. This will be our number, because in logarithms we have done that if you have 1 0 between these two, then the characteristic is negative 2. We are just moving reverse. Okay, if the characteristic is negative 2, it means the number had 1 0 between these 2 points. Okay, you are going to take one less. Just doing one more example. Suppose the question is as in your book, second part of question number 3. Here it is written -1. Okay, so Now the whole procedure will remain the same because the table value will be the same as it is the same as the previous example. We will look at the table in the same way until we get here. Now after getting here, as the characteristic is now -1, so the number will be, as it is 1 over here, so we won't write any 0 before this. Okay, we are just going to put the decimal point and just write this number. There won't be any 0 between them. Okay, if you have the characteristic, if the characteristic was -3, okay, let me take that example also. Suppose the characteristic is here, so this is an example. Okay, now if here the characteristic was 3, then the number would have been processing following the same procedure. What we will have, we will again follow the same procedure as we did earlier. Okay, the number will be 5521 plus 9. Adding these number, what we have, okay, and the number will actually be, now as the characteristic is -3, so what we are going to do, we are going to put the number of zeros will always be 1 less than this number. Okay, if here it is -3, then we are going to put 2 zeros and then put the number and put a decimal point over here. This will give us the number. Okay, so this is all for today about anti-logarithm. Now let's move to the next question.